is.
There's something wrong with society. Another media casualty. Well, here's a dose of reality. The small town mentality.
There we go. Welcome to Small Town Mentality Podcast. I'm your host, Ben. Randy is not here, but in his place sits the OG. Co-host of Small Town Mentality Podcast. Local phenomenon, comedian, car salesman, radio DJ, all kinds of things. AJ does it all. AJ Lamb is here.
Man, I'm mediocre at best, man. Thank you for that. Hey, guys, how's it going?
Our guest for today, and I don't want to butcher his last name, but you may have seen him on Dry Bar. You may have seen him at local clubs like Wise Guys, and you may have seen his YouTube special available for free now on YouTube. Alex Velluto.
Thank you. Yeah, Velluto. But it's not that bad of a butchering. I'm fine with it.
Welcome to the show, sir.
Hey, thanks for having me, guys. I'm excited.
I saw you feature 2 weeks ago for Mr. Tony Hinchcliffe.
Yeah, that was fun. And thanks for reaching out afterwards.
He's man, we love his stuff.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah, I was saying it on the show, like, because it was his first show out of the pandemic. I was like, I don't know if he had too much material or he just likes crowd work, but there was a lot of crowd work.
Yeah,
which I'm fine with. It's still funny.
He was pretty Well, he wasn't nervous, but he was like, he said, I haven't done this. Backstage is like, I haven't done this in forever. And he's like very hard on himself just with the style that he does. And he's like, I know like the order it's all supposed to go in, and it like this domino knocks over this domino. And so he's like beating himself up, but I'm sure you didn't notice any of what he was noticing.
The problem I was having was he was doing a lot of crowd work, and I was sitting pretty close to the stage. I was like,
Do you get picked on?
No, he skipped right over us.
So do you feel bad that like he didn't?
No, it's all right.
It's all right.
I mean, I'm in his Discord and stuff, and I definitely follow all the things he does.
Send him a very coarse message, like, why didn't you pick on me, man?
Yeah. But I don't know. Good stuff. I had a lot of fun. I had another problem though, and this is a problem I've heard a lot in comedy. People bring their wives get drunk and then cause a scene at the show. And I brought my wife, but she was very cool. She didn't get too
that's
drunk.
Good.
She really enjoyed the show.
I've seen it. So how about you, Alex? Have you ever seen that?
Yeah. Like every week there's some lady that gets mad or like wants the center of attention to be her.
And then you give it to her and they really don't want it.
And then they get so pissed.
I've heard a lot of
club owner hates that too. It's like, some lady again.
Oh, I'd love to get Keith on the show too. That'd be awesome. But I've heard a lot of stories of that. Like people will get their wives will cause a scene and get kicked out, and then the husbands come back in like, I'm so sorry. I was like, I hope that's not me this weekend. Please don't be me this weekend. Just had to bring my wife to a comedy show. Yeah, she was cool. She enjoys comedy. So
give them one too many White Claws and it's all over. Yeah. It's absolutely all over.
Drunk white bitches, man.
That's the podcast I'm going on after this.
Yeah, drunk white bitches. You think it would be by now? It probably is.
I'm sure there is.
And it's probably doing better than us.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I mean, who's more entertaining?
Drunk white bitches.
Drunk white bitches.
Obviously.
They leave their own podcast halfway through because they didn't get enough attention on their own podcast.
Yeah, towards the end of that show, there was a drunk white bitch that started clapping really loud, trying to get attention. Remember that part?
Yeah. I had a buddy that would always complain about bachelorette parties. Like, why would you go have your bachelorette party at a comedy show where like the whole idea is to not have the attention on you? Like you pay to go have the attention on someone else.
Yeah.
And like, that's not what you want for a bachelorette party, but it happens so frequently that a bachelorette party will go to a comedy show. It's antithetical to what you want.
Yeah.
And then they get all upset when they're like, told not to make it all about them, but they're like, it's my bachelorette party. Damn.
Dude, for my bachelor party, my brother picked me up with a couple of friends, and then they made me wear like a cut up weird shirt into Walmart and pick up some stuff. And then we went out into the middle of nowhere and blew up a like cardboard cutout of Justin Bieber.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that's what we did for my bachelor.
That's like one of those hangover moments, I guess, right? That's like your epic story.
I guess.
Did you tell him before and you're like, you guys remembered.
Yeah.
You remembered what I wanted.
This is exactly what I was asking for. But yeah, that's my bachelor story.
How are you guys dealing with all the news today? This is like a historic day in comedy, it feels like.
It is absolutely historic. And then I'm also terrified. I'm terrified to like do jokes on politics. And it's not that, I guess terrified is the wrong word, but like doing jokes on politics, you can't get like past one person the minute you say like Trump or the minute you say Biden or whatever it is, it's game over.
Yeah,
they don't want to laugh anymore. And you're like, oh,
yeah. No, I get that.
Or the moment you turn on this podcast.
You don't want to laugh.
I try and play both sides as good as possible. Try and keep both sides happy. Look, I'm like, I don't want your dude to die, but it is kind of funny that he got sick after he was doing all this nonsense saying that we weren't going to get sick. It's a little funny. Yes. I don't want him to die.
I mean, I don't want to say the most ironic thing in 2020 was Trump getting COVID, but I'm pretty sure that was the most ironic thing.
I hope.
Oh, yeah.
That sums up 2020's irony right there. Trump gets COVID.
Yeah, I had to get tested.
On a bang. Oh, you got tested?
I had to get tested a few weeks ago because I got sick. It was just the flu, but my job, freaked out. So you got to go get tested. I took 4 days off. Got barely paid for it. It was like half days that they were paying you for. But I mean, at least they were paying us. But you had to take 4 days off. Go get something shoved up my nose.
Oh man, it's like a reset button. It is like they get it up there, and you're like, click, system processing.
That's so funny.
My nose bled for a while after.
Did it?
Yes, it did. Maybe I need to drink more water.
Clip you had to stick in the Game Boy or whatever to get it to reset. That's what they'd stick it up your nose, and then it's the reset button, and you start. It'd
have been nice if they were more of a Nintendo than a. So they could just blow in my nose.
What were those little games that you played? You just raised a pet as like a gigapet or something like that. But on
the Tamagotchi.
Tamagotchis.
Yeah, that's what the COVID test is.
We are Tamagotchis, and they're just trying to get us reset, refed, ready to go.
Yeah, if your Tamagotchi has a dry cough, you just got to stick that paper clip in the little hole in the back to reset the thing.
Stay indoors for 14 days while you hatch.
Yeah. I have a story I told AJ before the show. So my son was upset this week because I was working a lot. And I told him, I was like, you know what? Tomorrow I'm going to have you skip school and we're going to go out hunting together. So I picked him up. It was like 5:30 a.m. We went and got a bunch of snacks and headed out. And some guy came in. It was coming in to the gas station and I was turning out. So I just pulled out to let him in, because it was kind of on the wrong side. Apparently, it was directly in front of a police officer who was coming my way. And I completely cut him off and he was not happy about it.
Oh, no.
Yep.
Did he ticket you?
Did not. He came up to the car. I handed him my license and my concealed. And he goes, do you have a weapon in the car? And I said, of course. It's hunting season. I've got a rifle right here. And he pulls me out of the car, pats me down because he wanted to make sure I didn't have anything else on me. And I didn't have, insurance or anything on me.
So he was checking you to get ready.
Yeah. Well, and then he comes back. He's like, all right, don't let it happen again. Have a nice day. And I was like, white privilege.
It's there.
It's nice.
It's there.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Everyone should have it.
Yeah. I wish that they did.
Everyone.
I think he felt bad, because we were heading out hunting. I had my son in the car and stuff, so he's probably like, they're just going out to have a fun day.
That's a time your son will eventually regret saying No, he's not my dad, or something randomly like that, and just put you in the weirdest position.
He was like, he said, "Dad, that's the second time we've got pulled over together." That's the first thing he said to me. He's like, "Yep, you're right. It
He's
is.
counting them.
Let's stop telling your mom about this." But we didn't say anything. It was a dud day for hunting for me.
Yeah. Where'd you go out to?
I went to my father-in-law's property.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, private property.
Private property is way to hunt.
Ooh. Private property hunting. So you know all the animals.
You're up in Utah, aren't you? Salt Lake City area?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You guys do hunting up there? Do you do any hunting?
I've never been, no.
Oh.
But it happens a lot. Like lots of people go. I've just never gone. And
I just
it's not like
Utah's
I'm
known.
against it or anything. I just never got the invite.
Okay, well, come on down. But
Right.
yeah, Utah is like big on hiking and hunting and fishing and all the things, all the outdoor activities.
Well, I think in Wyoming, you really you don't get a choice. You either don't hunt and they stare at you like you're a city slicker or something like that, or you do hunt. Like, I'm a vegetarian and I hunt, and it blows people's minds. It's like, nope, it's not for the animals, man. I'll donate that stuff, but
for the thrill.
It's for the thrill.
The vegetarianism is for the thrill or the hunting.
So I'm gonna get to you some more here. How'd you get in with dry bar on the dry bar circuit there for a bit, huh?
So I was like one of the first ones to film with them, actually.
Oh, yeah.
So it wasn't even like what it became when I started there. They had contacted the club owner of Wise Guys and asked him to book some people, and I was like the second week. And so I taped there, and while I was there, I was complaining about the job that I had at the time. My job was good, but it just kind of wasn't in the creative field that I wanted to be in. Mm-hmm. And they're like, "Oh, just come do marketing with us." So I started working at Dry Bar, actually, and I ran their Facebook page for a couple years. Yeah.
You got it up to 1.6 million that it is today?
Yeah, when I stopped doing it, it was at like 4 million. And
I thought at 1.6. Damn.
Yeah. How dare you? Up. No, it's okay. But yeah, I don't work there. I don't work there anymore.
So what do you have a day job, or is this like your beautiful life that you live?
Yeah, I work 3 days a week. I do ad writing for online commercials. Yeah. And then I do comedy when the world isn't in a plague.
Yeah. I was thinking a few times, like, you could set up like how we have it here, and we do a podcast, but you could like do voiceover work. You were talking about internet commercials. I was just thinking about it. Mm-hmm. Like, a lot of people do voiceover work from home and stuff.
Oh yeah,
for commercials.
Yeah, I've always thought I have a face for radio and a voice of a writer. I don't think either my face or my voice are good for consumption, but whatever.
Well, you also have a face for comedy.
That's true. Face for comedy, probably. It's a weird face and a weird voice, so that might actually work out. But I would like to do voiceover.
Gilbert Godfrey does it, so
yeah,
it's true. He does a lot of TV.
Yeah, I've been told my laugh.
Did you guys actually listen to Gilbert Godfrey doing the WAP?
I didn't. I did notice that he had a TikTok though.
Yeah, Gilbert Godfrey reads the lyrics of the WAP. Check it out. Link it if you have to. Like, that will set your night.
Yeah, I've heard of that. I need to look that up.
Yeah, I've seen his TikTok a few times. I'm a TikTok advocate. I know a lot of people don't like it, but I enjoy it. I get on there. I watch all the videos. I try to create every now and then, but it's never been anything funny. I made a Swift joke once.
Swift?
Yeah.
Was it quick?
It was a truck driver
programming joke, language? Oh, no, the Swift company.
Swift truck. I
see.
Yeah, I walked around my truck and it had a missing tire, and I was like, how Swift does a pre-trip, and I was just like, yep, looks good, when I hit the tire that was missing.
Oh yeah, that's an inside the trucking biz joke.
27,000 views.
27,000.
Oh no way.
Yep.
Man, you're in with TikTok. That's a niche on TikTok, yo, that you're in with the truckers who are also on TikTok crowd. I'd be interested.
Yeah, I had another one where I
what...
walked around my truck that got 69 point something thousand.
Okay.
Whoa.
Yeah. So,
so are there all
fancy
these truck drivers just on TikTok all the time?
I guess. I don't know.
Pretty
I mostly
funny.
just watch videos and post clips of the pod. That's about it.
Okay.
That's really
Yeah.
funny.
So when was the last time you've done a show, Alex?
It was a
2 weeks
couple
ago?
weeks ago. Yeah, I
Okay.
think Tony Hinchcliffe was the last show I did. And I'm
Nice.
doing a show next weekend. I'm opening for Paul Verzi, I think his name is. He's like friends with Bill Burr.
I know
yeah.
Bursty. Yeah. I don't know him, but I know of him.
Yeah, I haven't
I'm just like,
met him
yeah,
either.
I'll call him, you know? He's in town.
Yeah.
I'll give him a call. We'll go get lunch. I know Bursty.
Yeah, and then I've got a couple headlining gigs coming up this month
that.
and then one next month. Yeah.
Are they all in Utah?
Luckily,
or are they, like,
luckily locally it's still semi-open to do stuff. I'm just not touring as much as I was like last year. Just kind of a bummer.
We
whatever.
Never really closed over here, but we got to get you to come down and do one of AJ's shows.
Yeah.
Not my shows. It's their shows. I just joke about them for a little bit. And
what shows do you do, AJ?
We just got done doing the weekend tour with Whistler and Mike Mickelson, or Joshua Mickelson, and Mike M, and a couple other people. Matt
fun.
Tribe and
I know Matt
Jordan
Tribe.
Leilani. Yeah, that guy's a walking comedy show. Like whatever he does, he's doing a walking comedy show. We got done doing a show in Rock Springs, and we walk into the strip club in Rock Springs, and I love Matt Tribe to death, but he looked like Skinny Gallagher. Like watermelon spat. Like his hair was perfectly permed. He had the beautiful mustache, and he goes and he's staring at a couple of the strippers, putting down a couple of the dollars, enjoying the night, just enjoying himself. Comes back after a couple times of doing it, and he goes, "Man, fucking Wyoming, guys, none of these people wear masks. This is great." And just starts cracking up in his own laugh. Like, so like it's above the music of the club. Like everyone's actually dancing to his laugh. That's what's going on. And like he's a trip. He's an absolute trip.
Yeah, he's so funny. He'll like go off at open mics or on shows he's on just about like the Clintons and Harvey Weinstein. It's just, I don't feel like any of it's prepared, and it's just a rant that whatever rant is in his head at the moment, and it's hilarious. And sometimes the audience gets it and sometimes they don't, but either way, for me, I love it.
Nice.
He's so funny. So is it Johnny Max in Rock Springs? Is that what you did?
We did Evanston, Rock Springs, and then we went to Island Park, Idaho, to the Shotgun Bar.
Ooh. I've done Johnny Max in Rock Springs. That's the Rock Springs gigs I've done.
Nice.
A few times. Yeah.
I didn't know Rock Springs had comedy. I didn't know there was any funny people there.
Well, we had to port them in. Like,
okay.
Yeah, they had to travel to get up there. Like,
I just assumed they all did meth and walked around like zombies.
I think so. And I had a great night at the show, but like there was that one guy that kind of like stared at you like he was angry to be at the show, even though A, he didn't pay, and B, he walked in for the show. Like,
what are you doing in my bar? Get out of my bar.
I sat in here for comedy. I'm just gonna stare at you.
Yeah, Rock Springs is funny because they're like, look, we do oil industry, and then we go to the strip club, and that's what we're about. Okay, so you better get on board or get out of here.
You know how many people?
Wow, you've never hit that. That is the most realist thought of Rock Springs in the world.
Like, how many people I've told, like, have you ever been to the Rock Springs strip club? And I was like, no, you gotta go. I'm all right, man. You know what? I've seen girls scratch their face. I'm all right.
Dude, it was weird. I walked into there, and the first stripper that, like, because they usually kind of like huddle around you instantly, especially if you're wearing like a bow tie and a vest.
Yeah.
Like, that guy might maybe have some money. And
he doesn't.
That's the joke. But the first girl that walked in was legitimately like a girl I knew since high school. And it was like, she was like immediately awkward about it. And I was like, but I brought money.
Remember when we were in civics together, Tiffany?
That would be great to have her do a lap dance and just talk about everything from high school during the entire dance.
Yeah, she's dancing, and you're like, remember that pop quiz? That was crazy. Got a pop quiz of my own right now.
Just trying to make a not awkward lap dance, and you're just like, do you remember Miss Calloway? Oh, that'd be great.
Weren't you the one that spilled the chocolate milk in your pants back in high school?
You weren't the one with the broken hot dog, were you?
I had to get surgically removed, man. That's dark.
Drank a lot of Tampico in high school. Remember Tampico?
Tampico.
Yeah, I still drink it.
Boxed orange juice in high school.
What do you mean used to drink it? It's still delicious.
Still buy the little cartons of Tampico, and
they sell them at the dollar store.
Oh, there you go. That's awesome. Man, I gotta get down to Wyoming. It's like high school every day.
Yeah,
every day.
It's true. I keep getting older, and they stay the same age.
All right.
Where I met my wife. We've been married since high school.
Oh, nice.
Just a small town thing, small town person doing small town shit. Hence the name. Shout out to Small Town Mentality Podcast.
Small Town Mentality Podcast.
That's not the new intro.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Small Town Mentality Podcast.
No.
I give up.
Yeah, I would too. So headlining, how's that going for you? Excited?
Yeah, I'm excited.
Your first headline or?
Oh no.
Okay, I didn't think so. I wasn't trying to be an asshole. You're like, oh yeah, this is your first time. It was a legitimate question, but I didn't think you were.
So nervous. No, it'll be fun. And lately, I've been recording crowd work at the shows, so I think I might try and do that. These shows too. I'm trying to put together a crowd work special, and I'll put it on my YouTube channel.
Oh, nice. How's your YouTube special doing, by the way?
It's doing okay. The one I did for Dry Bar obviously has more views, but I'm just trying to build my YouTube now. So I think for what my YouTube is, it's doing all right.
I noticed a lot of comedians started heading that way. We're just releasing their own content on their YouTube specials and things like that.
Yeah.
Instead of trying to get Netflix or whatever. Mark Norman did it. Got a couple million hits, and he's killing it over there.
Yeah, his is awesome. Sam Morril did one. Joe List did one.
Yeah. I listened to Joe List not too long ago.
Yeah. And Sam Morril and Joe List, they got it put on the Comedy Central YouTube, which helps. But Mark Norman's just on his own. That's the guy I want to be like. He's really funny, and he's got a good YouTube presence.
Yeah, I love Mark Norman, man. He's one of my favorite comedians right now.
Yeah, I talked to him a little bit when he was in Salt Lake a few weeks ago. He's super nice, and yeah, he's so funny, man. It makes me furious. Do you ever get angry?
I'm a Tuesday. I listen to their podcasts and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm all in. You know Mark Norman?
I'm terrified. Like, I do know Mark Norman, but I'm terrified to watch any comedy unless I'm actually at the show doing it with the guys. I'm terrified because it's like I feel like somehow one or another, like one of their jokes is gonna like slip into my mind randomly.
You're not the first person to ever say that. I've heard that a lot. Yeah.
And then I have the absolute terrifying fear that I say that joke and Joe Rogan comes out of like a genie lamp and kicks the shit out of me for doing some.
You know what that's called?
What is it?
It's called cryptomnesia.
Cryptomnesia.
It has a name. It's where you hear something, forget where you heard it,
manifest it,
and then you say it not knowing that you've heard it. So that's
it's not Carlo-nesia.
Yeah. No, that's when you write it down.
Okay.
So
that's the terrifying thing. Like, I'm just gonna get the shit kicked. Like, Joe Rogan's gonna be beating me up. The crowd's going to go wild, and I'm just gonna be screaming cryptomnesia. Please, God, cryptomnesia.
What if the first comic to like enforce joke stealing wasn't Joe Rogan? What if it wasn't? I mean, like, I feel like Joe Rogan enforcing joke stealing kind of scares everyone just because he's so ripped and a UFC fighter. But if it was like some scrawny ass dude that was like, hey, you shouldn't do that, there'd be a lot more joke stealing in comedy, I feel like. But no
what do you
one
think
wants
about him moving to Texas?
That's interesting. Because
And I heard Tony's headed that way, and Brian Redband, and all the guys.
is Tony
Right.
moving to Texas too?
What I've heard, it's in
Oh,
the
wow.
air.
Yeah, and
Yep.
I heard that that Rogan might open a club there and stuff.
Mhm.
I think
And
COVID has
$100 million.
really I think COVID has really changed what comedy's gonna be. It may not be like on the two coasts anymore.
Yeah.
Maybe. It still could possibly be that way after, but Joe Rogan moving somewhere else is probably a sign.
Well, I was
But
talking to AJ before you hopped onto the show about a lot of comedians that are from New York and LA are going to the middle of America so they can keep doing comedy.
yeah. Yeah,
Because
I've heard that.
everywhere else is still open,
Yeah.
except for those two locations. Is East and West Coast are completely
I
shut
can't
down.
imagine. I had a buddy that moved to New York right before the pandemic, and I feel so bad.
Yeah.
My buddy Shane, he's over there, and
Oh yeah.
sheesh. Yeah,
Like just like this week, he was able to actually go work out.
yeah,
So
yeah. He was
Okay.
telling me like how during the heat of it, there were like freezer trucks on his street full of bodies and stuff. I'm like,
Oh man.
"Damn,
Jesus.
bro." Jeez Louise. And I feel so bad. Like you prepped so long to like move to New York. Like you have this plan for comedy, and then this global pandemic happens because someone had to eat a bat in China.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
if you go with South Park's rendition, somebody fucked a bat, but
Oh, I need to watch that. I heard it's amazing. My friend
I
was
watched
telling
a
me
little bit of it. I haven't got to finish it, but I did watch a little bit of it.
By the way, you can watch it at South Park Studios.
.com.
Mhm.
South Park Studios. I'm a little I'm
We're not
salty.
getting paid for that.
No,
but-
no,
Yeah, let's
but I'm
plug
still
South
salty.
Park.
Like,
They're kind of struggling. They need some help.
yeah. Send it to the studios. Like the actual like Trey Parker, they run that studios for it. But that's where you can watch all the South Parks.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
that's
And so it helps out South Park itself. But like HBO picked up their contract, Hulu canceled it or whatnot. So
Oh, did
you
they
don't
get
get,
canceled?
yeah, you can't even see it. You can't watch it on Hulu.
They got canceled.
They
but
got the contract went to
they were
HBO.
taking like certain episodes out of a ton of shows and stuff. They said they even took out certain episodes of. I don't remember now. Oh man, it was a big one. Like The Office. Yeah, it was The Office. They took out a couple of episodes of The Office.
You know what happens when you do that, right? You create like this vicious cult following that like just like Serenity or what was Serenity's actual name, but like that whole like genre basically was able to create the movie Serenity because they screwed up, like the company screwed up their actual episodes, their TV series.
Huh. Yeah, that's what they're trying to do to Rogan right now with Spotify.
Yeah, you're gonna create a cult.
Yeah, that's the thing I heard is that Spotify's taken off some episodes from his catalog.
Yep. And the employees are on strike because they want to be able to censor him.
Weird.
Yep.
Censor him.
Yeah, there's employees at Spotify that are striking because they want to be able to edit his podcasts whenever they want, take out what could be offensive material, and fact check.
Yeah, because he got in trouble a couple weeks ago for saying something about how the wildfire started, like he was starting some conspiracy. So
Yeah, but on a podcast, and this is I've heard other people talk about this on a podcast, you're just bullshitting like we are right now. Like
yeah, that's kind of nuts.
it's just a bunch of people talking.
Uh,
I mean, what do you expect him to be? You
Come
know,
up with the
Yeah.
conspiracy. Someone else can come up with a weirder conspiracy, and then it just goes from there.
Yeah, you just say stuff. You don't act. It's not like I'm going to sit here on Google during the entire episode and make sure what I'm saying is correct.
yeah, it's impossible.
Yeah.
So yeah, man,
I-
people got to put out too much content these days, and
Yeah.
this is coming from 3 people right here who are putting out more content right now.
Yeah.
But like, there's no way to fact check and make sure everything is perfect, and then people get mad when it's not perfect. And the people making the content are like, I'm trying to make it perfect, but you just want something every day or every week. I can't do it.
Also, the people that get mad that it's not perfect have never created anything in their lives, probably. I'm assuming.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
They're not actually content creators themselves.
Yeah, you don't
Oh,
you
yeah.
don't see two content creators going at it like, no, you create more perfect things, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's usually people that didn't go too far in their life and they're a mid-level Spotify employee that wants to take people down that are more successful than they are.
Yes.
Man, but $10 million, he might be regretting that though. Like, geez, you're gonna be like this for me for the next however many years are on my contract.
10 million. No, it's 100 million
Oh, it was
per year.
100. Yeah, that's right.
What?
100
Per
million
year.
per year.
He
Holy-
signed like $250 million contract.
Whoa. All right. Well,
You're
I
gonna
think
put
he'll
up
be
with some
okay.
shit.
I'll
You're gonna put
he'll
up with some shit.
put up. Yeah, he should definitely be able to put up with it. All right, never mind.
What would you do
Even
for
for 10 million, I would do it. I'd be
or
like,
almost
okay.
$250 million?
I'd let people edit my podcast. Take out whatever you want. I don't give a shit.
Your whole podcast would be beep,
Yeah.
clip, beep,
Welcome
commercial,
to the
beep.
Joe Rogan podcast, and it's just all the way censored.
Did I take
That'd
out
be a
the-
sweet. Maybe that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to.
Jesus
Oh, boy.
Christ.
the
Background.
technical difficulties?
There
Trying
you
to
go.
do the least amount of work for $500 million. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
if you want to censor me, I'll make a really short podcast, and you're still gonna give me my money.
Yeah. I don't know, man. The reason he went to Spotify in the first place is because he was tired of YouTube censoring him. So
Ah, that's true. Oh man.
Are we
yeah.
gonna have to have another subscription of just Joe Rogan podcast?
What we need to do is create something that's bigger than Spotify and YouTube together, and don't censor people.
Wait, it's called Fruit Soup.
Is it?
Yes.
That's not our creation.
No,
I want to make the money.
That's our creation. That'll be
Okay,
our
okay.
creation. It's called
As
Fruit
long as
Soup.
you let me in on it.
Yeah.
What are you making a website?
Where I'm truly thinking like reverse engineering Red Bull. So like Red Bull had like the energy drink. Guy hopped off the plane, was hungover or something, was like, oh cool, I need an energy drink. And then he sold it to a third party and just made a little bucks. And then all of a sudden he's like owning soccer stadiums or football stadiums and sending a guy into space to parachute with a Red Bull parachute, making millions off of it. So I just want like trucks all of a sudden just scream out Fruit Soup, and when people are like, what's Fruit Soup? Oh, it's a beverage. Where can I get it? You can't yet. And then sell off the drink like a madman.
What does
That's
that
a
have to
good
do
idea.
with creating your own YouTube?
Well, that'll be part of it. We'll
Okay,
have our own YouTube called Fruit Soup.
Okay, I got you.
Fruit Soup.
I was like, that took a whole other turn that I wasn't expecting.
Or maybe Web Fruit,
Yeah.
Fruit Browser.
What's
soup.
up with why does it have to have fruit or soup in it?
Because that's the importance of the beverage.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
You don't and you don't even have to make anything. You just speak it into existence.
Yes. Bam.
Yeah.
Copyright. Right. I said
Totally.
Fruit Soup copyright.
Yeah.
Go to fruitsoup.com/STM pod. Check out all our videos.
You're sponsored by a company that doesn't exist yet. You
Yes.
guys are ahead of your time. That's amazing.
Use promo code STM pod at checkout.
We time traveled. We got so sick of 2020. We traveled to 3020.
Yeah.
I just want to hear like the Shark Tank pitch for Fruit Soup. So what is
Actually,
it? It's like a video streaming service, but also a drink.
But also soup in a way.
and I
Right.
see that you're wearing suits right now, but you're probably going to go out to the bar later, so you want shorts and like a button-up vest. So like you can take those off, and we'll just call it Fruit Suit.
Mm.
Yeah,
Also a clothing line.
that's
Also a
clothing line.
clothing line. Yeah. Okay.
Plus, we got basketball shoes. Basketballs themselves actually change colors before they sink into the hoop, and a
But-
whole line of headbands just for basketball players. We call it Fruit Hoops.
Mr. Handsome, I know you're in on this already.
Yeah, you'll start a bidding war.
Our evaluation at $3.2 billion.
How many sales have you done? None, but
None.
you can obviously see how this is going to take off
We're
with the
going
soup
places.
and the fruit and the video and the clothes.
Exactly. And then when we achieve world domination, we'll just turn around and make a beverage and solve world hunger
And
or
also,
something like that. I don't know.
if you need to clean your balls, we could call it ball soup, or you can just go to ballwash.com Get yourself some Ballsy brand products such as Ball Wash, which is nuts, butts, and body wash, Nut Rub, cologne, and sack spray that neutralizes odor. That's ballwash.com. Promo code STMPOD at checkout to save yourself 15% on your order.
Clean your peaches and plums with ballwash.com.
Is that like a subscription thing? I get one of those sent to me every month to
I
clean
believe
my
you
balls.
can, yeah.
Whoa. Dang,
Clean your
man.
balls, make them smell good.
Have you used that one yet?
I haven't.
I need some testimonial, man.
This is the one they sent to us, and I felt weird about using it because I like to use it for the ad, but it does smell delicious.
Do you know why it's like? Is it specially formulated for your ball skin?
Yeah,
what
I think
makes
so.
I don't know. Let's find out.
Wow. I'm just inspired by people's business acumen. That's a person that went to business school, graduated, and was
Yeah.
like, I'm gonna take all this knowledge that I just got and make a ball soap company. And he's
Yep.
they're crushing it.
Absolutely.
Could be a
Killing
woman
it.
too. I'm saying he, but could be a lady.
It's true.
So every advancement of the feminine hygiene products have been by men. I'm pretty sure every advancement of ball cleaning technology is done by women.
Oh, it could be a woman CEO.
They're the forefront of.
That's true.
Like,
They're in the forefront. They're in the
You
battleground
know-
constantly. So
you smell
for,
the
it's more
sack
for
before,
them than for
they
you.
need to be watched a certain way.
True.
And she saw an opportunity and she went for it, and good for her.
Yeah, she went down there one time and she went, "Holy shit, that needs to
Yeah,
be cleaned."
And she wrote it down in her idea notebook in that very moment.
He's like, what are you doing? I thought we were in the middle
Yeah,
of something here. She's like,
you know how I went to business school. I want to get a 30 for 30 about how Ballsy got started.
Oh yes.
I just picture being naked on a bed, and then all of a sudden she gets up and starts writing things down. Wait, what's happening here?
Ballsy, get a hold of me. I write ads. Let's write an ad, Ballsy, and we'll put it out.
I read ads.
True, he does. I know a couple of people. Maybe I can put you in touch with some people.
Let's Ballsy.
People such as Spunk Lube.
Ooh, I want to hear about this.
Spunk Lube. So Ballsy gets the funk off your junk. Spunk Lube gets the spunk on your junk. Spunk Lube.
Spunk Loop. That was beautiful, by the way. That you wrote it that right?
Yeah,
you
maybe.
put some heart into that.
I should also make commercials. Go to spunklube.com. Use promo code STMPOD to check out. Save yourself 10%. You can buy, I believe, 5-gallon buckets of Spunk Lube.
A tub of spunk.
Yeah.
Spunk
glue.
Yep.
Lube.
Oh, lube. Okay.
Lube.
Okay.
Yeah, it's safe for sex toys. White and creamy.
True.
Interesting.
It
So you
looks
can-
and feels like cum.
All right, where's your testimonial on this one?
Testimonial. I've used it on a few things. Wait, what?
You know, when you need that spunky lubeness to take out that hard rock from that deep tunnel.
Like if you, let's say you've got a stiff bike chain or a creaky door or, a creaky wheel on the...
Chapped hands from choking a chicken.
Yeah.
We live farming world. We're out here.
Yeah.
Lay eggs and stuff.
You just sell that at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Yeah, true.
That gives a whole new definition to O'Reilly.
I gave a bunch to a local tattoo artist. I was like, you should just start using this on people's tattoos.
Just looks like jizz while they're tattooing. You should have really done those ad reads the other way around.
Yeah.
Put that on your junk and then wash it off with the Ballsy.
Mm-hmm.
You got a whole line of ball products here.
Yeah, that's true. One thing you can tell about Small Town Mentality Podcast, we will take care of your dick and balls.
There you go. Have you got Manscaped on next?
I'm working on it.
Get on the Small Town Mentality Pod, Manscaped. They got a whole ecosystem of other products.
We got to clean that whole area up.
Yeah.
We're out here. We're the forefronts. We're on the front lines of
Fruit Soup is all about.
Yeah,
cleaning
this is what
that
fruit soup
area
is.
down there.
See, it's already blending in. We need to clean our peaches and pears. We need to worry about spunking up
And yeah,
all the melons. So let's make it happen. Fruit soup.
Speaking of podcasts and whatnot, you have your own podcast. Want to tell us what that's about a little bit?
sure. So my podcast is called Free Lunch with Alex Velluto, and it's called that because I find people on Craigslist that want to have a free lunch, and I meet with them and interview them for my podcast while we eat lunch. So I just meet randos online and interview them, and it's super fun, and I love doing it.
Have you ever had like a creepy moment with one of them, or like, because I mean, it is Craigslist.
I was
so-
watching the first episode, and he said, "How would you kill me?" And the guy said, "A straw."
Yeah. Yeah, so that guy was interesting. There's always a moment on my podcast where we're like, are we going to kill each other? Like pretty consistently. Like I'm trying to
Yeah.
see if they will. They're trying to see if I will. And then once that icebreaker is out of the way, people are very nice. And then
We had that
guy
moment when AJ came into the studio.
I
that
think you
guy
have
was,
that moment with anyone because he's been doing it for years. So
that guy had some crazy stories. He got bit by a monkey when he was in like Costa Rica or something. That's
Wow.
exactly the shit I want to hear about from people on the internet. It's like their monkey bite stories. And then he said that the Best Friends Animal Society was secretly a cult. And I'm like, I love this guy. It's so great.
that
He
was
said
your
it was,
first.
yeah, that was my first one. It's the episode called Ben Got Bit by a Monkey. And he goes down the rabbit hole of how there was a satanic cult that pivoted business lingo into just being an animal shelter, and it's the Best Friends Animal Society. And you can find it online, that conspiracy theory. People have broken it down and told you why it's a thing. I love conspiracy theories that are like that, just innocuous. Like, why would a satanic cult turn into a cat shelter?
I'm waiting for the day somebody comes up with a conspiracy theory for conspiracy theories.
It's a theory of everything, man. Stephen Hawkins fucking did it.
It is a pretty easy way to feel smart without having to have any real facts or know how to do research. That's my conspiracy theory on conspiracy theories.
I forgot to throw up the sponsor ones.
There you go. Go get the ball wash. Go get the spunk lube. Do it up. Get your dirty and turn it off.
Yep.
I always like to one up the conspiracies. Like you every single time you bring it up a notch. Like they talk about flat Earth, and you're like, oh, what? The Earth? Okay. What about the moon? Oh, we never landed there. Oh, I thought you believed in the moon, man.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say you believe in a flat moon.
Oh no, there is no moon. It's actually a government satellite held there by our reptilian overlords.
And do they live on the dark side of it?
Yeah, we can't see them.
Yeah.
Yeah, so whenever you
Show me
talk to a
facts, man.
conspiracy theorist, you're just trying to see how far you can go before even they're like, you know what, that's too far out there for me to even get on board with that.
Flat Earth, flat shoes, flat house, flat life, flat chest.
Yeah.
It all makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Flat universe.
And
you're like, we're flat Earth. We're flat right now.
We are. We think we're 3D. We're just actually 2D in a 3D world.
Right.
What? I mean, we could just be in a simulation. All that noise.
Oh, what is that? What is that?
Too bad we weren't in
the
the
theory
about that a lot actually lately. Like
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we're in a simulation.
I'm just sad we're not in the first gen simulation where it was 64-bit.
No, dude, they definitely added a couple bits to that one, and then I definitely think they put Plague Inc.
Just
in there.
imagine
That's
walking
the one
around
game.
with a view that's from the top.
Who fucking plays Sims with us? Like we are the Sims.
Yeah.
I was thinking more like first gen Zelda, where you're just like
Okay.
8-bit and you view from the top, and you're just like walking through bushes, and then just a jar flies out.
That's deep, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the stimulation I want to be in.
Yeah, I tried edibles for the first time, and that was my revelation afterward. Was that this is definitely all a simulation, for sure.
You had to have the munchies afterwards, though. So
Right.
you're like, wait, it came out to that Matrix scene where he's eating the steak.
Uh-huh.
Wait, no, man.
The Matrix is part of the simulation.
Yes.
The Matrix is part of the simulation, telling us that we're in a simulation.
Maybe
So are all
somebody,
the Christopher Nolan movies.
somebody in the simulation wrote a separate code to bring us that movie to try to wake more people up.
Right. Yeah, man.
Crazy.
What fucking drugs are you on?
I don't know.
So do you know how algorithms work, like machine learning stuff?
Yeah.
Like so not even Facebook knows how their own algorithm works. They just make these bots, which are codes that like find out what you like and then serve you up that content. And they have bots that like, it's not actual intelligence. The only way you can code it is to like have bots make other bots and then teach those bots to do things and then test them on that knowledge. And I think that's what we are. We're like the bots in the simulation, and we're trying to like figure stuff out for each other and test each other.
By the way, not that intelligent.
What
Great
kind
name
of
for a
drugs are you
podcast.
on, man?
The one time I did it, it was really good stuff.
It stuck with me for life.
One time I did pot, and now everything is different.
Yeah,
I
I'm
see the
glad I
world
got
for
it
what
all
it is.
from the one time.
I can see the world for what it is now.
Yeah.
That's what your mom and parents warned you about. And Dare definitely warned you about that.
Yeah, true.
Don't eat edibles. You'll think we're in a simulation. And you'll grow up to be a comedian. Shame on you.
Why were the Dare cars so cool? Why did they always have like Camaros? And
because those were the cars that the drug dealers had, but they stole and repainted them with Dare.
True. I bet you that is what happened. Yeah.
And I'm all about drugs. I don't know what this is about no drugs. Drugs are amazing.
Yeah.
When I was like recovering from knee surgery, they gave me like Percocet. I was such a good person on Percocet. I was like so grateful for everything anyone did for me. And like people are like, why don't you shouldn't take opiates, you'll get addicted. I'm like, addicted to being an amazing person and grateful and loving to everyone? Yeah, that sounds like a horrible thing to do. Same thing with weed. I just feel like more aware of stuff and like nice. And why is it illegal?
So you're saying the secret to world peace is Percocet?
Just drunk people too. Like you get some like nice drunks. Some people are angry drunks, but most people are like nice, loving drunks.
You're absolutely right. I hope I'm a nice, loving drunk. Unless you have too many whiskey and then you're not loving anything.
I don't think I've ever been angry drunk. I've done a lot of stupid things.
Yeah, you have.
Yeah, broke windows with my head, ran down the street naked, things like that, but I was never angry.
Like a lot of people when they're drunk, they finally have the courage to like say how they truly feel about someone. They're like, you know what, man, you're my best friend. I just love you so much. I appreciate you. I'm like, that's the real person in there. And you needed the alcohol to get him out. But then people are like, you're an alcoholic. You're addicted to just being your true self all the time. You need help.
They need drugs to get that out because I was just going to go into this big thing. I don't know if I should. I was like, we could live in this systematic world where dudes tell other dudes not to be pussy and man up and not to hold your feelings in. It's a whole thing.
Or the simulation actually tells us to take the drugs.
Toxic
so it can program us to be the addict.
Yeah, masculinity and machismo and all that noise. That's what I had to cowboy up, you know?
Yeah.
That's the simulation working out the bugs. All the issues are the bugs that we're trying to work out in the simulation. White privilege, machismo, all that toxic masculinity. It's all bugs we're trying to work out in the simulation, baby.
We'll get to 3.6 or whatever it is.
Dude, I wish I was a better programmer for sure.
This programmer sucks.
That's what I thought you were saying when you said Swift. I thought you were talking about the programming language.
Ah,
You do programming?
no. If I did, I might be worth a lot more money than I am.
I tried it. I did it through like high school, a couple classes in high school, and I wanted to do computer science for college, but then the math got really weird.
You know what?
Weird.
I did do programming in the early 2000s for a little website called MySpace.
Yeah.
And now you're on the ground floor of Fruit Soup.
True.
Just look at you now.
Man, the opportunities you've had in your life.
I could
MySpace.
program the shit out of MySpace.
Yeah, man. Ballsy.
Yep. We have actually got a couple more.
I want to hear.
No, not right now. I've got them on the line. Like we've been emailing back and forth. But
Okay.
one of them actually does help with the balls and stuff. Another ball one. That region helps you keep it up and whatnot.
I think Fruit Soup needs to invest in some melon holders.
Okay.
They'll probably be cloth, have some wires down here, and they're called melon holders. They're no longer. It's not a bra.
Okay.
So we'll start spouting that one out.
Weren't we gonna create a business where your grandma knitted ball warmers?
Yes. Oh yes. Yeah. And then she passed away.
Yeah.
Oh
And
no.
so we couldn't get a ball warmer. So I got to learn how to. I got to learn how to knit.
Yeah.
To make ball
Or you
warmers.
can outsource your grandma to China.
True.
Adopt the grandma in China to knit.
What if we send our grandparents to China to work as like
this is like if Shark Tank, if everyone was stoned on Shark
Yeah.
Tank.
All right. Listen, sharks. Round up all the old people, send them to China. I mean, all they want to do is work. It gets them off our roads.
Yeah, you know how in Shark Tank they're like, have you considered outsourcing your labor to China? And we're like, you considered outsourcing your grandma to China?
Yeah.
for outsourcing labor.
We're considering outsourcing all of the elderly. Just get them out of here.
Number one, you know how much money we'd save on Depends.
True. They'd get a lot of work done. I mean, they got nothing else going on.
We wouldn't have to worry about retirement for a while.
We'd have a lot of things knitted.
Medicaid, Medicare, thing of past.
Yep. Just put them all on the sewing machines.
That's it. I like it.
And we no longer have to ship like dental cream and like
Maybe
preparation H over here anymore because
maybe we shouldn't outsource them. Maybe we should have them. We should just do what China does, but do it here so we can have things made in America.
Sweatshop grandmas.
Yeah, sweatshop grandma.
I'm totally
like
down
this
with sweatshop grandmas.
They don't have a retirement. They need jobs. They
Yep.
know how to sew. Why has no one thought of this before?
Why?
I don't know. I mean, get them out of the homes, or you don't even have to get them out of the homes. Just put the sewing machines in the homes.
Yeah,
We can make a whole
remote
knitted
work.
ball warmers.
Yeah.
This is possible.
Yeah. If only they knew how to use the internet, we could contact all grandmas, just get a network of remote sweatshops. Have a sweatshop in your own home.
I just thought of a grandma saying, "Have you seen the remote?" He said remote, grandma.
I think we're gonna need a group of guys that probably wear like polos, and because they're gonna be in the like outside area where it's dark, taking our grandmas, they'll round them up and grab them. They'll be black, but they need like some color so they can distinguish between each other. So they'll be like yellow stripes on these black shirts. We'll call them good old boys or something like that, and they can round up these grandmas and. We can detain those grandmas into
them. The grandmas can stay where they are, but we do need a sales force to go out and recruit the grandmas.
We could pay them in like medical supplies and Viagra.
Perfect.
And I think they'd be happy.
Perfect.
That and those frozen turkey dinners.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but if you ever go to your grandma's house, look in their fridge, I guarantee you're gonna find about like 500 of those frozen turkey dinners.
The possibilities are endless. I mean, obviously, all grandmas are good cooks. Think of the frozen foods that they could be making in the homes right now.
Right.
Everybody
There's so
pretends like this is grandma's recipe. It could actually be grandma's recipe.
So many products. We're just trying to replicate what grandmas can do. Frozen dinners,
Yeah.
sewing, knitting. We're outsourcing these jobs. But our presidential platform, because we're all running for president, is to bring those jobs back to the country and give it to the elderly.
The elderly.
Vote.
People would love us, and they wouldn't realize we're actually just making sweatshops.
Vote for Fruit Soup 2020.
Fruit Soup 2020.
Fruit Soup. Fruit Soup also has a sweatshop grandma division.
True. And they're running for president.
Right.
Same time.
Yeah.
It's worth it. What platform are you on? Like, are you Republican or Democrat? We're Fruit Soup.
Fruit Soup.
Fruit Soup. That's our political party.
Fruit Soup is more than just two sides. It's every side.
Well, do you have a platform? Yeah, we absolutely do. It's a bowl with fruit and soupy in it. That's what it is.
One day we'll get the drink out there. That's our ultimate goal, is to get the drink. But we're working towards the drink.
And we want you to crave it. You've never experienced Fruit Soup until you had Fruit Soup, so just wait to have Fruit Soup.
For now, it's just a video streaming audio consumption platform and also a grandma knitting service. But one day we'll get the energy drink division going. It's also a political party.
And we got scooter accessories as well. It's a Fruit Scoot.
Fruit Scoot.
Oh my God. Have the scooters made their way to Wyoming yet? Have you been invaded?
Yes, they did. Those pedal ones that are like little electric.
Yeah.
Oh,
you know,
some
you made it.
lady bought them from Costco from Utah the other day and pulled them in. And I literally got to ride one in the lot today while I was at work. It was the greatest thing in the world. I begged my boss to buy us some for some like car stuff.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the scooters you can rent on your phone.
Like Bird or
Lime scooter.
He's still got grandma on the brain.
I do.
Oh yeah. Oh no. That could be another service. Those kind of Lime scooters, but for the elderly.
Yeah.
Bird scooters for the old bird scooters.
Like the electric bikes and electric scooters you're talking about, where you can just order it from your phone app.
Right, but it's a jazzy scooter for old people to take where they need to go.
I was down in San Diego, and I got
we already have a Fruit Scoot division. So.
Yeah, Fruit Scoot.
Right, Fruit Scoot.
Yeah. But our biofuel from these scooters, because we use a chemical compound similar to gasoline, just don't huff it, is actually Fruit Soup. You can drink that. It's like Coca-Cola.
Hey, just don't sniff it, but drink it, ingest it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't sniff it.
I have a feeling that the downfall of Fruit Soup will be the same downfall as Soylent Green. It'll just be like, Fruit Soup is people.
I was thinking more of an...
It's people.
I was thinking more of an Enron exit myself, but...
All right.
That would
take the money and run.
But I was down in San Diego, and the Bird, they're like the lifts, but it's called Bird, those scooters.
Yeah.
And you saw them laying all over near bars all the time. But I guess like these guys would pick them up and charge them at their house and make like $1,000 a week charging these scooters at their house. And it blew me away because I walked into one of the guy's house, and he literally had like 50 scooters all around his like little single dude's house.
Electricity bill.
Yeah.
Huh. That's a cool little side hustle. You go out and collect scooters and charge them.
I was a paper boy, but now I collect stuff and bring it to the house.
Yeah, when I was in Salt Lake when we went to go to Wise Guys, I seen like 50 kids riding those around.
Oh yeah, they're everywhere, and it's like 80 different brands of them, and like you never have the app for it.
A lot of the cool stuff that happens is right there next to that mall, and then you got Wise Guys, and then the complex. We went to the complex for tons of concerts. It's like all right there in that little area.
Yeah, that's a cool area.
Yeah.
How many shows have you done at Wise Guys?
Oh, I don't know.
Roughly, like you're like.
I'm there like every week.
Okay.
Really, for the past 7-8 years.
Okay. Just doing the open mics?
No,
he's the headliner.
Or the headline. I'm sorry.
All right, I'm headlining or I'm opening.
I
on
got
the
his
week.
back.
Yeah. Oh, thanks, Doug. So let's do the math here. 52 weeks times like 2 sets a week times 8. Approximately 832 times.
Love it.
Yeah.
When we went down there, me and my wife were sitting in the back corner, like drinking a couple of beers, and I saw a group of guys at the center table just hanging out, and I was like, I bet you those are the guys that are here every week. I bet you those are all comedians. Then we go in and watch the show, and we come back out, and they're still sitting there. It's like, yep, those are comedians.
There's a cool lounge area, and we finally got that comedian area that a lot of cool clubs have. So that's been awesome.
I was like, I'd be willing to bet those are just comedians that hang out every week.
Yep, that's where we hang out.
Yeah.
AJ wants that.
I do. Well, I do remember seeing you down there. I did a Harambe joke, like it was about like 4 or 5, 6 years ago or so. I did a Harambe joke down there, and it did not hit because there was a lot of like, it was an open mic, but there was a lot of like LDS people coming in for the shows and do the stand up. And you walked up to me and you're like, "No, I liked it. Don't worry about the crowd. Like they're not expecting what you just threw out." So
yeah, I'm glad I was there for you. I just don't want funny people to get the wrong idea that they aren't funny, because it was funny.
Oh, well. I get told I'm not funny daily.
Yeah.
I mean, you're funny too. Here for you. Fruit Soup. Both funny, both innovators.
Spectators, but innovators.
Yeah.
We spectate to innovate.
Ideologies
and replicate.
Whatever it is.
Whoa.
Yeah.
It's just freestyle. There's your theme song. Your theme song should just be all about Fruit Soup, but the podcast is still called Small Town Mentality.
I think the song for Fruit Soup is going to be like one of those 90s like speed punk with like even like the flashing backgrounds of like Nickelodeon-esque kind of colors yelling out Fruit Soup.
I could probably get Dano to create you a theme song. He seemed pretty into it when he made ours.
I need it.
I think he's going to be on an intro song kick for a while.
Okay.
So let me hit him up for you. You want a punk rock?
I just want like those like 4 bars and it's like half of them are open. Just fruit soap, fruit soap.
Dan, if you're listening to this,
there's your request, Dan. Make it happen.
And then some kind of wicked, guitar solo out of it.
Speaking of songs, shout out to my homie Tanner, who's the bassist in The View the Life, whose new EP is dropping next week. They're dropping a new single, so check that out. I might have them on the show. I don't know yet. We're gonna try.
Shout out.
Shouts out.
Shouts.
Also shout out, not an official sponsor, but a very good friend of ours, Wild Witches Brew, which is a witches vape shop downtown Evanston, Wyoming. She's always hooking up with cool vape shit. If you vape and you're here, check them out.
Vape life, bro.
Yeah.
It's good to see that I've gotten into the vape game. They've been making all these concoctions for so long that they finally found an outlet for the brews they make in the cauldrons.
Ooh. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why she called it a witch's vape shop, and her juice is called a witch's brew, because she said the same thing. She felt like she was brewing stuff.
Finally.
Does she have like flavors like I had Newt?
She has a lot of flavors. You might want to suggest it.
I had Newt.
You vape, don't you?
Yeah. Well, I normally smoke cigarettes, but I like as a car salesman, that's like the first thing that they say. Like, this vehicle smells like cigarettes, and it's usually because you had been taking them. So I like basically quit. Besides like when I drink, and so I've been using this hype bar for a minute. Is it like vape, but it's like a salt?
Huh. Okay, Nick Salts.
Is that what it is? I have no idea.
Go see Holly, man.
I am totally new to this phenomena.
But there you go. If you're ever in Evanston and you vape, Go there. I actually invited Alex to come down to the studio, which he probably thought was super weird.
No, I'll definitely make it out there sometime.
We've never had guests so close, you know. Most of the time they're all over the place. It's like, well, you're pretty close. You could probably make that.
Yeah. How long a drive is it?
It's
an hour.
Yeah, it's about an hour.
Oh, okay. I was being a wimp. Just come.
Yeah.
Oh well.
We're gonna set you up with the show too. You got to come down. I'm gonna get a show.
Yeah, well, maybe you can do comedy and come onto the show.
Oh, that'd be so cool.
Yeah.
Of course. Yes.
You do it every Friday night, right?
Yeah, every Friday night.
So we'll run a Friday night. You do the podcast and then head out to a venue that we grab.
Perfect.
And we'll start the show at like 8:00. So we'll have a couple comedians and let you close out the show for us.
Hell yeah, that sounds amazing.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, because we've had a lot of cool guests on recently, but they've been, like I said, from all over. I was like, Alex is actually pretty close. I saw him 2 weeks ago.
I didn't realize. Every time I've gone to Wyoming, it's been like Rock Springs, which is like 2 or 3 hours.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, I don't know if I want to make that drive, but you're way closer. So
yeah, we're right on the border. We're where everyone comes for fireworks and alcohol and stuff, and they bring it back to
porn.
Yeah,
you don't forget our spunk.
Yeah,
I could have gave you some spunk lube because we have a whole bunch of it.
Is that a local company?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
No, they're cool though. Sent us.
I don't know. I only get my spunk lube from locally sourced companies, guys.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
Locally sourced spunk. Spunk lube.
There's actually a manufacturing company here in town that creates like, what is that? Like makeup and stuff products?
Oh, it's yeah, they do everything from like hygiene, makeup, they're bottling and cosmetic.
I wonder if we could actually get some Small Town Mentality podcast lube or something.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What basically what you do is you have to pay for the like 55-gallon drum.
Like Fruit Lube.
And they'll repackage it, but like, and they'll keep it for you. Fruit Lube.
Yeah.
It's not for kids. Fruit Lube.
Yep.
It's for everyone. Actually,
Right.
Not for kids.
Fruit Loops. I mean, it could be for kids, if, you know, they're stuck in a slide. Or
I can see mothers against Fruit Lube. I could truly see it. Like, this is marketed towards my kid. Can't you see this guy's smiling, squinting eyes?
with some, you know,
It's a
sometimes
berry, damn it.
kids get their heads stuck in like the railing. I mean, Fruit Loop could be for kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so when your kid's in a jam like that, it's a good thing that the Fruit Lube is part of the Fruit Loops box. It's like the prize that's in the Fruit Loops box, and you take it out. You take their head out of whatever banister that they're stuck in.
Yep, true.
Okay, so we've come up with like about 80 amazing business ideas, I feel like.
No, it's one business idea.
Oh, right.
One.
It's true. I keep forgetting.
80 different divisions.
That will
It's like
eventually
an
turn
umbrella.
to a fruit.
Eventually, it'll be a drink. Yeah.
Not now.
Is soup a drink? Do you count like clam chowder as a drink? Because I don't.
I mean,
so
depends on what if you put it in a cup or a bowl. I think.
By the end of fruit soup, they'll just be like, so it's V8, and you're like, oh shit. I had all this work, and it already existed. It's V8.
thanks, Alex. You shattered our dreams before they were even.
I didn't even even think about V8, but yes, it is fruit and vegetables.
Things first, then you'll overtake V8. Don't let man.
Fuck V8.
Yeah, but this is like
Actually,
V8.
it's pretty good.
This is V8, but warm.
Yeah. And it has chunks of pineapple and guave.
It's a warm beverage like coffee.
Yeah, and you have a fruit soup machine. You put all your fruit in it in the morning, and it grinds it up and heats it up for you, and you get your fruit soup.
Yeah. Yeah.
You could have fruit soup pods. It's like dried fruit, like whatever those coffee things are called.
But that's just another division.
Another division. I keep making more divisions for you of this company that doesn't exist yet.
It'll be there.
He'll be there.
Yeah, of
If I
course.
remember right, Mr. Handsome's on board. So
Right. You've got him in the bag already. Between him and Mark Cuban.
Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah, once you get Fruit Soup into the political spectrum, there's no stopping it.
Yeah.
Right. The Fruit Soup Party. Vote Fruit Soup 2020.
Vote Fruit Soup 2020.
Well, I mean, we're almost there, so hopefully this gets out to people.
If you're a president, catch COVID, great way to get over it. Fruit Soup.
True. Yeah, it's got tons of vitamin C.
And now with no bats.
Yeah. It's got some ground up hydroxychloroquine in it.
Mark says we're the Walmart of small business ideas.
Oh. That's the truth, too.
Fruit Soup is the Walmart of fruit soup.
I want to go back to our grandma.
Okay.
Grandma sweatshop.
Sweatshops, because he said also pay him in hard candy and grandchildren. And that's like the most beautiful thing in the world. Like you solve so many problems. Because only people that eat hard candies anymore are really grandparents. And who really wants kids anyways? I'm pretty sure they'll eat them too.
Their payment. So
Yeah.
like you don't get grandchildren unless you make 50 blankets this month, Grandma.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get my wife pregnant.
Incentives. It's all about incentives.
Yeah. If you don't meet quota, you don't become a grandma. So if
you hit your quota this month, you get a bonus grandchild.
When they do hit their quota though, and they slack off the next month, we have to take the children away.
Yeah. But don't worry, they'll leave a trail of breadcrumbs on their way out of the building.
Oh.
I don't see any holes in this business model.
Zero.
I think we got it.
It's solid. Well, it's not really solid. It's more of like a liquid.
It's fruit.
It's fruit soup.
We're gonna have another. I was thinking about hunting again, and we're gonna get a bunch of meat. Hopefully, if it all goes well, we need a meat soup.
Right.
Protein.
Well, that's just like stew, man.
No, it's a meat soup.
He hated his idea.
You need either fruit or soup in either one of the names. This is meat soup.
Meat soup.
Also, a great thing about our business is that grandmas historically don't have teeth to chew food. What do they eat?
They will be the number one fruit soup consumer.
Right. Fruit soup, meat soup, fruit.
You got to put your products back into your business. You want your employees buying your products.
Exactly.
In the school, they called this vertical integration.
Yeah,
I love it.
Would they get a percentage off, the grandmas?
Yeah,
because they're technically employees.
Pay them in products.
In order to keep them in their sweatshop move and grooves, we actually got to inject an IV of fruit soup into them, so they're just force fed it. It's fine. Yeah.
This is how the Matrix got started. Is by injecting fruit soup into grandmas, and then eventually everyone just became.
So
the writers are fruit soup. Fruit soup is an actual like living organism that is controlling
IV in the arm system. With fruit soup, their excrement into another tube that goes out and refertilizes the fruit for the soup.
Fruit poop.
Fruit poop.
Yep.
I love how you guys caught on so quickly.
This entire thing is a whole fruit loop, if you will.
Usually I'm trying to sell this idea to people. They're like, AJ, what the like how many drugs were you on when you did this one? Where I honestly tell them it was probably 6 or 7, but that's not the point. You guys actually just kind of blended beautifully. You're like, fuck yeah, I get this.
Yeah.
Not only am I on board, like I'm coming up with more ideas for you.
You can have all of these, by the way.
Write them down.
It's a good thing we're recording this whole thing for posterity and for your own record.
Stop following that guy. Write down all these ideas.
Fruit soup.
I think this is going to get you more sponsors too. Businesses are going to see like these guys know what the hell they're talking about, and so I want to be in soup industries.
These guys know consumer products.
Right.
Yes.
It's perfect.
And how to source labor from the elderly.
Yes. I mean, what else are they doing? They're just sitting in a rocking chair right now.
They're useless.
Knitting.
Yeah, put your hands to work.
Put your hands to work.
They're
You're already
already
doing it.
knitting for pleasure. We're just making them knit forcibly.
They always say the best businesses is you turn your dream into products. So their pleasure could be products. Pleasure to products.
There you go.
That's part of Fruit Loop. Pleasure products.
Yep.
Yep.
Also, yeah.
That's division number 69. It has to be.
Okay. Yeah. Pleasure products.
Pleasure products.
With
Nice.
Fruit Lube.
Fruit Scoot needs to be in there.
Fruit Scoop's a pleasure product?
Scoots, like the scooters.
Okay.
It's all about pleasure. And if you want to go more outlandish, you can put, your weird fetishes on your scooter, so you can still ride your scooter and have your fetishes at the same time. That's Fruit Scoot.
Okay.
Mhm.
Personal care products, Fruit Douche.
Yes. An entire long of fruit flavored bongs and paraphernalia. Yeah,
We got this.
we got it.
Fruit poop,
Fruit poop.
fertilizing products, fertilize your fruit.
Fruitalizer.
then-
Yeah. Fruitalizer.
Fruitalize. Fruitalize your life with fruit poop.
I didn't even mean to do that. It's just in my head. I think it's in my head. I can't get it out. It just came
Tired
out.
of expensive septic tanks and your unfertilized fruit trees? No longer. Fruitalize them with fruit poop.
True. Man, that was a complete accident.
I love it.
It's gonna,
Fruit soup. It's a
I
fruitalizer.
think it's going to take me a while to get this out of my head. I'm not coming up with ideas anymore.
No, that's the thing. Like, you're going to wake up tonight and you're going to like pop out. Alex, you're going to do the same thing. You're just going to shoot out of bed in a cold sweat. And you're going to just yell out like something that either has soup or fruit into the name that kind of similarly rhymes. And you're just be like, I have to tell them this has to be done this way, or I'm not going to sleep ever again.
Sleeping with a notepad on my nightstand tonight. And then I'll text in the morning all the ideas I have. My wife will be like, "Why are you so tired?" I'm like, "You wouldn't understand. I'm coming up with business ideas.
Yeah.
Fruit soup based businesses.
Or fruit soup based integrations.
Integrations, vertical integrations. Yes. Thank you
Vertical.
for
I always thought maybe we can like actually set it up where we do a pyramid scheme, but it's more of a basket of fruit scheme. It's possible. So people already know it's a pyramid scheme. Well, this one's not. It's more of a basket.
It's like the branch on a tree split off into two more branches. So is fruit soup. You get two people to distribute fruit soup, and then those two people, and we make a tree. It's not a pyramid, it's a tree.
True. It's a family tree.
It's a family tree. A fruit-bearing family tree.
Can you hear that guitar going? Yeah? Yeah.
Is
That's
there
our
a
neighbor.
club next to you? Oh,
Studio life.
Yep.
oh, nice.
Studio.
Well, with that, I think we've kept you long enough, and I'm going to let this band get going so that
Okay.
they don't interrupt us any more than they are.
Well, thanks for having me. I feel like this is very productive for everyone involved, and this is going to be billions of dollars.
It's very
the future.
idea based. It definitely gets the juices flowing, the fruit juices of your head.
Yes.
Oh man!
The creative fruit juices flowing.
Hangover cure with fruit soup.
Mm.
Clear your head. Get the juices into your head.
So if you want to tell people where they can find you.
Go to my website, alexvelluto.com, and all my social links are there. At Alex Velluto on Twitter. Yeah. At A Velluto on Instagram because there's some imposter. And Alex Velluto Comedy on YouTube. And yeah, check out my podcast called Free Lunch with Alex Velluto, wherever you get podcasts.
I also have all of his links in the description of this video currently, and they will also be in the podcast description audio
my
version.
You are on it. Thank you very much.
And you got a show coming up this next week, right?
Yeah, I'm opening for Paul Verzi in Salt Lake
My buddy
City,
Jersey.
and I'm also headlining Wise Guys on, let's see, October 16th and 17th in West Jordan, and November 20th and 21st in Ogden.
Nice.
Guess what
There
we're
you go.
doing?
I might actually go. I told him.
Guess what we're doing?
I told him before, like a week ago, that I will probably be at one of those shows.
Yeah, and Ogden's not too far. That's probably like 30 minutes or something.
True. Yeah,
Oh,
it is
yeah.
pretty close.
It's 1 hour and 15 minutes to the center. To like the Funk and Dive Bar is 1 hour and 15 minutes. Facts. Love it.
Okay. Nice.
AJ,
Check me out on Facebook at comedian AJ Lamb. I think that's basically where you can find me, is at comedian AJ Lamb. I got a show coming up this Sunday at the Knights Inn here in Evanston. I'm told I'm a great comedian. I think I'm mediocre at best. So come out and check out the other amazing comedians for a free show and that I'm hosting. So
you can find me on my personal Twitter account. It's never been funny with one E. It is a pun. Check out all the shows on the network, dramacityproductions.com, for all things network. You can follow us everywhere at STM Pod on all things social media. If you're listening to this, you obviously know where to find us already. So doing these is pointless. So next week, come and check us out. We got some amazing guests lined up. So keep in touch. And that is it.
woo.
Get the fuck out of
We
here.
survived. We didn't kill him, so that's cool.
Until next week, go fuck yourselves.